lightning, which is great for crowd control. This is one of many alt fires that you can acquire in the game.
Alright, I'm late, but here we are, here we go.
You will stumble across mysterious devices that can grant rewards to the player. These will vary from weapons, consumables, and upgrades, and they can completely change your playstyle and make each cycle feel unique. Besides the intense combat, Returnal also has a deep and engaging narrative. We allow players to piece together the puzzle that is the story of Celine, as they venture deeper and deeper into Atropos and into her personal nightmare.
That can't be
It's a
here.
mixture of an alien world and her past.
I am reliving my memories in that house, but not fully. They're corroded. Some parts are missing, others seem manufactured. But I can remember the torment, feeling like I was losing my mind. There's no comfort here. No safe space. Exactly as I left it.
Yo, this looks really good. Even that little bit I saw.
Returnal lands on April 30th, and it's developed by the talented team at Housemarque. Next, let's take a closer look at a high-impact new PS4 game called Knockout City.
Hi, I'm Josh from Bellin Studios. We're an indie developer based in upstate New York, and we recently announced Knockout City, a team-based multiplayer action game for PS4 where rival crews settle their scores with epic dodgeball battles. Knockout City is easy to pick up and play, but there's a lot of depth here for those who've got the skills. In our 1v1 face-off mode, you'll go head-to-head in a constantly shrinking battleground, relying on your reflexes and abilities to knock out an opponent. A well-timed catch powers up the ball, making it easier to land a hit. Use trick shots to lob a ball over a ledge or hook it around a corner. Fake a throw to mess up your opponent's timing and knock them out before they can recover. When you're in a tough spot with a ball flying your way, a last-second dodge is the difference between getting knocked out and staying in the fight. Keep your wits about you and outplay your opponent to bring home a win. Let's jump into Team KO, our 3v3 mode. Teamwork makes the dream work in Knockout City. If your crew is outmatched, a well-coordinated team can still dominate. We're playing in Back Alley Brawl, a new map that you'll find in our upcoming crossplay beta. The special ball for this match is the Sniper Ball, which locks onto targets from far across the map and wham! You can take them out before they have a chance to react. Beyond special balls, each map features a unique mechanic. In Back Alley Brawl, you can hop into a tube and make a quick getaway or use them to sneak up on your opponents. Caught empty-handed? You can literally become the ball, a new weapon for your teammate.
Yo.
Or risk it all. Charge up a teammate, launch them high into the air with an ultimate throw, and they'll land in a huge instant KO explosion.
This looks like something that's just gonna be silly fun.
The team here at Velen has been obsessed with building this world over the last 4 years. Knockout City is coming out May 21st, and we'd love your help in our final stretch of development. Rally your crew and sign up for our crossplay beta at knockoutcity.com to play early on PlayStation. See you soon, brawlers.
Time for something new. Here's your first look at an upcoming PS5 game from the team at Slowclap.
Okay. The way this game looks, it reminds me of... I forget what game it is. Of course, the first thing is a corridor fight. He's back, but aged. So every time you die, you age more? It seems like very similar to that one game where it has the magic and the weapons. SIFU.
That was the debut of SIFU, coming to the PS5 console later this year.
Okay, okay. It seems
Now
like it'll
let's
be a
get
bit
an update
interesting.
on Solar Ash, an epic new PS5 adventure from Heart Machine.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex Preston, creative director of Heart Machine. You might know us as the team behind Hyperlight Drifter. Today, I'm here to show you the first peek at gameplay for our new title, Solar Ash. Solar Ash is a huge, stylish 3D platformer focused on speed, movement, and fluidity. The game is set inside a giant black hole known as the Ultra Void, which has been consuming everything in its path. You play as Ray, a daring void runner who has decided to venture into this terrifying anomaly as a last-ditch effort to save her homeworld. Ray is extremely agile, able to speed across the world with abilities akin to skating. On the ashen clouds, she can quickly cover great distances in our huge world.
I feel like you cannot stand still on those things, on those clouds.
At its core, Solar Ash is a game about movement, and Ray has everything she needs to flow through the dangerous and unique world.
Cannot wait to see speedrunning of this game.
As you journey to save your planet, you'll find yourself face to face with grotesque and violent creatures. Our combat system is simple, fast, and fluid, built to empower players and encourage flow.
Yo, I think I'd be
As you
down for this.
explore the
Actually.
Ultra Void, enemy encounters will scale to greater and greater sizes. Some of these creatures require speed and precise timing to defeat. Ray will eventually need to face the massive sentinels of this void, wretched, starved beasts that hold the key to her quest.
Why are those key things appearing? This looks very interesting.
Solar Ash is Heart Machine's vision of the adventure platformer. The giant spaces, the feel of movement, the flow of combat, and the high-stakes battles atop enormous beasts all come together to bring players something we think is incredibly unique, and more importantly, fun.
It looks like it.
This
I like how
game
vibrant
is a
it
labor
is.
of love for everyone on the Heart Machine team. We're excited to bring Solar Ash to PS5 and PS4 later this year.
If you're a fan of scary games, this next one is for you.
Oh. Resident Evil. Oh.
When I first found you, you were nothing.
What is this?
You were small, pathetic. But now, you are more. Are you ready?
Is this a FNAF thing? There's a security guard, there's what seemed like a bunny person. Yeah, it's FNAF. Okay. Alright. When fear takes hold and reality fades, the stage is set. And insanity prevails. These things actually do look creepy.
Gregory, we can get you out of here. You and me together. They won't stop hunting you. None of them will stop hunting you.
So this, I'm assuming it'll work similar to like Outcast or Outlast, not Outcast. Outlast 1 and 2. That's what I imagine. You're not a fighter. You must run.
You will do as I say. You will bring me what I want. And if you fail me, then you will, both of you, burn!
I am curious how this will tie in the lore. I cannot wait for MatPat's game theory on this. Oh, and that bunny's from the VR one. Isn't it? From Help Wanted? Isn't that what it's called?
There is more going on here than you realize.
This might be one I could actually get into.
That was a chilling new look at Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Up next, let's take a tour of Oddworld Soulstorm.
I like the visuals of this one. I don't like the
Hi,
gameplay
I'm Lauren
when I first saw.
creative director at Oddworld Inhabitants. Today, I'm going to take you on a brief tour of our newest game, Oddworld Soulstorm.
They've always known you would come. Do you know why you have?
In Soulstorm, you reprise the role of Abe, accidental hero turned unlikely leader of an emerging revolution, as you do battle through weird and wonderful environments in an effort to escape the all-powerful and eternally greedy Gluckins. We really wanted to bring this world to life with what we call 2.9D platforming, which adds much more depth and immersion for the player. This sense of connection is also reinforced through the use of the DualSense's haptic feedback, as you'll now be able to feel Abe's heartbeat in high alert and suspenseful situations.
Bruh.
There are well over 1,000 fellow Mudokons that you must try to save along the way, but they are far more than helpless workers looking to be saved.
Weird.
When used effectively, you'll be able to solve puzzles, harness their combined energy, and be given the tools they need to fight alongside you. And there will be times when the extra hands will be needed as you face off against an array of heavily armed enemies that will stop at nothing to find and end Abe once and for all.
They become meat
In
shields.
order to stand a chance against this much larger threat, we gave Abe the ability to scavenge, loot, and pickpocket items from his surroundings and use them to craft an impressive arsenal of his own that he can share with others. You can also play as a non-lethal pacifist or an agent of chaos. We wanted you to have the choice.
Okay, well, that's something
But there is
interesting.
one iconic ability for our shamanic protagonist, Possession. This mystical power allows you to take control of your foes and use their strengths and weapons against them, or use them to gain access
How
to
far is the
paths
range,
still
though?
ahead.
Or how long can you do it
The
for?
Oddworld universe is a diverse place, and this means that there are some environments and situations that require a little more thought,
Jesus.
patience, and stealth. You'll
So
find
many of
dark
them.
and dangerous caves, heavily guarded industrial sites, and ancient forgotten lands. Here, we've built lots of opportunities for you to test your skills and find different ways to handle things. It won't be easy. If being hunted by an army backed by a shady and wealthy organization isn't bad enough, there are also more dangers in the forms of natural obstacles, ancient traps, trials against swarming dark creatures, and industrial hazards that must be dodged, crossed, and avoided. Ultimately,
Jesus.
Abe's journey is one of hope, freedom, and truth. There's a rich and engaging narrative to discover in a world full of lies, and we've been able to bring our characters to life like never before. In true Oddworld fashion, your actions in-game will decide the fate of Abe and all those you manage to liberate along the way, and we can't wait to see what you will do.
That was the latest on Oddworld Soulstorm. And here's some exciting news.
I like the
Active
cover art on
PlayStation
that.
Plus members will get the PS5 version for no extra cost starting in April. PS5 version for no extra cost starting in April.
Okay, that was weird.
Moving on.
Ah,
It's time
okay.
to catch up with Kena Bridge of Spirits, a
I
gorgeous
want
new
to play
adventure we
this
last
one.
saw in the June PS5 showcase.
This one seemed very interesting. I very much loved the color palette from it that I saw. a very Pixar look to it. But I dig it. Ember Lab. Okay, this seems a lot like what we already saw.
Usually timid.
Okay, never mind.
Something tells me you did not come to our village.
He's new.
Looking for forest creatures.
Hello, Spirit. I seek passage to the sacred mountain shrine.
Our village is bound to the shrine's energy. But that power faded long ago.
She's got the power though, doesn't she? It's that crystal. The last bit of it. No, stuff like this, it just looks good. I imagine it'll play sort of Dark Souls-esque, and that's what that area she was just sitting at is where she'll go back if she dies.
Tragedies of our past.
Look at
You must help these spirits if you wish to reach the mountain shrine.
It's okay. You have to go now.
Again, I cannot wait to actually get my hands on this. This one looks very cool.
This land can be healed, but you cannot stay here, Spirit. You must move on.
That was cool yet terrifying how just jerky and stop motion the movements were. Kino, with this weird.
The path of a spirit guide is a lonely one.
Cannot wait.
Now let's
Playing
settle
on
in
my
for a
back end.
stylish new look at Deathloop.
Deathloop, hey, it's another one.
First-person shooter developed by the team at Arcane.
What?
You'll never, ever break this loop.
There's no never here. Just you, me, and the rest of these maniacs.
Bring it, baby.
This is Ramblin' Frank's Matinee. This little ditty goes out to the handsome asshole trying to break our loop. Cold, the visionaries are ready to dance. Are you?
Toxic illusion, falling deeper spiral time. Static delusion, this is where we do or die. And I've been here before, face to face with the gun.
I hope games this year are going to be really good. Because last year, they took quite a hit. The last year and the year before that. The amount of abilities that you'll have in this. Oh, the weapons are modular? What the heck? That was cool. You can just switch them up on the fly. One thing I don't yet know about this game is whether this is like a competitive multiplayer type thing with that other lady, or if it's AI her and she just tracks you down. Oh, I hope you can break through windows just like you saw. That'd be really cool. That's the real part. Because I wonder, will it function like how the Assassin's Creed multiplayer was? Like everyone has a target that they have to kill. But it's like one has an NPC target that they gotta get to in the end.
Where you been hiding? Boy, do I got a bone to pick with you.
Let's do it again tomorrow.
What to do when the bullet is the same, but the kill is always new.
Song's over, people. And so is Ramblin' Frank. The rest of you motherfuckers are next.
Okay. That wasn't too much more than we already knew.
Before we leave, how about a huge update
like
for one of
the ability
2020's
reveals, it
most
seems like?
celebrated games?
Final Fantasy. Hey.
Cloud, quickly! Barret!
Give me a break.
Jesse! Barret!
Where you been?
Tifa! Help me!
Come on, let's push it past the red line. Now it's my turn. Got your lethal force right here.
It feels weird, like in this whole series, that guns and swords are the same thing, or in the same universe.
Well, guys, your girl finally made it to Midgard.
She's dressed as a Moogle.
My name is Yuffie, materia hunter and elite special forces operative for the new Wutai government. We'll prove to our common enemy that Wutai is not to be trifled with. Members of Avalanche, we got this.
I'm back.
Ah, there you are. Someone's been
It's about
expecting.
the second
what
half, isn't it?
took you?
Once the whole game
Sorry
is
about
free.
that.
I'm just gonna go through the entire
Anyway,
thing.
it's nice to meet you. I'm Sonon Kusakabe. Where's Cloud?
We lost him.
You what?
He will be okay, though, right?
Well, of course he will.
They're the ones who blew up the reactors. Cool. Should we say hi?
Nah, better not. After what they've done, you gotta assume Shinra's on their tail.
Look, a Moogle.
Stop!
We gotta help.
I liked the gameplay of 15. It was really good. And I've stayed blind to this Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy 7 remake, right? I don't even know what it was like in the original game. All I know is Tifa, Cloud, Aerith, is that her name? And Sephiroth. That's it.
No freaking way!
I hope if they do add it, if it is in there, or if it is already, the multiplayer is good.
Whatever it is they're planning.
Because 15's was just undercooked, but it's like it had the gem of something. That seemed like it'd be really, really cool.
They do, but I'm not your sister.
There you are.
Who are these jerks?
No clue. It just appeared.
Intergrade?
No.
Is this a sub
Let the
story?
hunt
type thing?
begin.
Who was that?
Get down here, Merc.
He just flies so gracefully with that big ass sword on him. I'm gonna be honest, I can't really tell a difference. The lighting in this area I can. Okay. It seems like everything's a bit brighter in 5. A bit more exposed. But I like the skybox in 4 on the PlayStation 4 version better. Lighting from that car on 5 looks better. Okay, 5 looks better for that, for the clarity. It added more smoke. What? It's Cloud, isn't it? Wasn't it? Oh, yeah, 5 right there. That looks really nice. Quality of life. Customizable graphics. See, I'd go with the 60 frames mode. How fast the loading time's gonna be? Oh dang! Okay. That's actually pretty quick. Nice. Because I imagine you can get some really scenic shots in this game.
Wait, what?
It looks so good.
You see that?
That's how ninjas do it.
Yep.
God, you're not ninjas. I'm fairly certain. Ninjas wouldn't fight a giant robot. Their whole thing is about stealth, quiet, not being seen. I'm gonna have to go back and see what that bottom part said, because this is something with disc.
That was the reveal of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, coming to the PS5 console later this year. And
Is it called
that's our
Integrated
show.
because of the
We
thing?
hope you're as excited as we are for what's to come in 2021. See you next time.
Alright, so that was the full... That was the full thing. I need to go back to the beginning, because I did miss some stuff early on. So that's just this loading. I came in 8 minutes late.
In your future.
Or around that. Okay, here we go. So really just 30 minutes of it just like, okay, we're starting.
In your future.
Shocking events that will change the course of
I figured this was gonna be much longer, considering how long the first one was.
Part might have been a hair dramatic, but there's lots of awesome updates and additions coming to the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time experience on PlayStation 5. Hey everyone, I'm Lou Studdard, creative producer.
I
at
loved
Toys
the
for
original
Bob.
Crash
I'm here to
games.
give you the feature rundown on Crash Bandicoot 4 on PS5. That includes 4K at 60 frames per second, adaptive triggers, 3D audio, and more.
Let's make this fun.
Picking up where Crash Bandicoot Warp left off, in Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, we find the evil masterminds Neocortex and Dr. Entropy escaping a once-thought inescapable interdimensional prison, leaving giant holes in the universe. What follows is a mind-bending adventure for Crash and his marsupial pals. We designed Crash Bandicoot 4 to leap off your screen, brimming with bold, vibrant environments and characters. Crash Bandicoot has always looked pretty suave, but wait until you see him spinning heads in native 4K at 60 frames per second. With the weight of the universe on your shoulders, and probably some errands to run, there's little time to wait on loading screens. The DualSense wireless controllers bring
I
adaptive
want there to be a
triggers
thing
your
where Crash
fingertips,
speaks in the most
so you can
eloquent
feel the
way
blast
ever.
of Neocortex's
He seems like the most
DNA-changing
professional person that has ever been alive.
Autonomous hookshot. Hold on tight when you feel the boost of Crash's jetboard, and really feel the suck when you vacuum his dingo dial. Looking to get fully immersed in the Crash Bandicoot universe? Crank it up to 11 and take your audio into an all-new dimension with enhanced 3D audio.
I think most headsets pretty audio capable.
Achieving the infamous 106% completion is the
I
sign
think, yeah,
of a
'cause
true
it-
Bandicoot
really,
master.
otherwise, wait.
But should our genetically
Right,
mutated
I don't know.
marsupial lose his way?
No idea.
Leverage PlayStation 5 activity cards to track your progress and hit your goals for things like time trials, flashback levels, and boss fights. I bet Entropy wishes he had that. even bring your incomplete save over from the PlayStation 4 and use the activity cards to get to 106%.
Yo.
Oh, and one more thing. If you own the PS4 version of the game, an upgrade option is available. Check out the PlayStation blog for full details.
Oh,
Whether
the
it's your
disc
first
version you need to
playthrough
upgrade.
or your 100th,
You get the upgrade,
there's
but you
no
need disc
better
version
time
of
to
console.
experience Crash Bandicoot 4.
Makes sense
It's
though,
about
as you
time
could just keep
on
handing off your
PlayStation
discs to
5.
friends. It's probably what Final Fantasy said too.
Welcome back, Crash. The gang's all here on today's new edition of State of Play. We've got some great updates lined up for you. First, let's check out the latest on an eagerly anticipated game coming to the PS5
This thing was
console
really
this spring
short.
from PlayStation Studios.
Hey everyone, we at Housemark are excited to give you this sneak peek at Returnal. In
Has been to the
Returnal,
beginning
you
of
will
this.
play as Celine, an Astra scout who crash lands on an alien planet, Atropos, after receiving a mysterious signal, White Shadow. Players will explore this inscrutable, dark planet in search for answers and unfold mysteries, which may point to a larger force.
Those
at
women
play.
is space jockeys from Alien. Oh!
Dashing and quickly maneuvering your
Shit, I
way
forgot
above
this game-
and
I
around
forgot how
enemies
this
is
game
key to
looks.
survival in Returnal.
I cannot imagine how tough this will be though. I'm gonna die so much and get so frustrated. Because there's so many of those things.
With the large variety of enemies and the vast number of unique movesets each possess, combat situations prove challenging no matter what the circumstances are. Death is only the beginning. Every time you die and restart, the world will change. The map will be different. Enemies will
Okay, so
appear
this
in
is
new
where I'd gotten to.
locations and
What
in
I want to see
differing
real
pain.
quick though is,
And the
were her eyes different the first time it showed her planes going again?
Crash lands on. In Returnal, you will play as Celine, an Astra scout.
No,
Crash
okay.
lands
Because I
on
could have
an
sworn the
alien-
first time I'd seen
Across
this,
the world with abilities.
her eye color was different. Huh. A lot of these games looks interesting. I'm really excited for Eternal, for the Crash game. Solar Ash looks pretty interesting. FNAF 1 seems like maybe one I could get into. Not a fan of Oddsworld. That's what it was called, right? Can't wait for Kena. And Deathloop. Really, really excited for those games. Not as much Final Fantasy 7 because I already saw the trailer for that other Final Fantasy. And that one looks even more awesome to me. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, this was interesting.